Autocannon, kill him.
Guys, I'm out of
I got
bullets, so I think I'm gonna jump off this roof.
We killed that Hulk. Just
Wait.
don't die.
I believe here. Just I'll catch you. I'll catch you with my shield.
All
Can
right.
you see me?
Yep.
All right.
There goes my hero.
You missed.
Well,
Welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, my name's Crimson, and today we're going to be taking a look at the latest Helldivers to Warbond. Arrowhead actually put out a post on the PlayStation blog a couple of days ago. And yeah, we're going to talk about it. We're going to see if there's anything to be hyped about, and I thought before we get started, I would give a bit of some context and my thoughts on the last Warbond, because I think it's going to help you understand how I'm feeling about this one. So we're going to start off with the Adjudicator. I wasn't really into this one when I started using it. The recoil is insane. So I really only brought it with me when I had support from my team. Solos, it just didn't work. Now I bring it on most of the bot missions and never on bug missions. I would strongly advise against using this on bugs. It's not very good. Maybe you've, had some success, but your mileage may vary when you fight bugs with it, mostly because the bots have more weak points. It's more about getting the weak points. I mean, you fight a brood commander with this thing, you take off its head, it still could kill you in like 2 hits. So yeah, that's my thoughts on the Adjudicator. Now, the Eruptor I was extremely hyped for. I wanted a bolt action rifle. Arrowhead was like, hey, here's a bolt action rifle. And I really thought it would be my main weapon on bot missions. But it ended up to me being like a slightly better Jar 5 with a slow as hell reload. And it's not all bad. But you need to bring a more versatile stratagem like the Stalwart or Machine Gun to compensate for the Eruptor's weaknesses, or have a team to back you up. I'm lucky I have a team most of the time who can back me up. So yeah, it works for me. I will bring it if I'm feeling like playing a long range type game. Now, I have not used the crossbow at all because it suffers from similar weaknesses that the Eruptor has. If you use it, let me know how you like it down in the comments. I really don't like how the bolt feels when you shoot it. I imagine that's because of the slow travel time. I can't really pin it right now, but I don't know, maybe you'll convince me otherwise. So leave a comment if I'm like way off base here. Now, the thermite grenade is pretty useful on heavy enemies. It seems to spread fire to other units that walk around whatever you've stuck it with. I usually only bring it if I have teammates though, since they can't destroy factories and bug holes consistently. So again, another one, your mileage might vary depending on the situation. The grenade pistol actually has no problems. It's my go-to on bug blitz missions, and especially on the TCS deactivation missions that we've got in this major order, because there are bug holes that you need to close. So, sometimes you're going to want like, Incendiary grenade, and those are really ineffective at closing the bug holes for obvious reasons. If you bring the grenade launcher, you have a backup. I will say though, it's very ammo hungry, so I'd pair it with a Hellpod storage optimization. I mean, I'm saying all these things, you guys have probably all figured it out anyways, but it's definitely one of those weapons that you're going to want to bring with you if it's blowing up factories or closing bug holes. I feel like all of the sidearms are underpowered right now, so I don't normally use the regular pistol anyways, so I just fill it with the grenade pistol. Although, the Senator got a pretty big buff last patch, so we'll see if I end up switching things up. As for the armor, not a whole ton to talk about. Honestly, they look nice, but the passives are similar to the ones that we already have, so I don't have a ton to say on it other than I really like the chunky looking one. And now I know the community had some pretty negative sentiment towards the pilot booster, and for the most part, I'd have to agree. It didn't seem to make much of a difference when you have a normal extract timer. I think it takes like 30 seconds off. I don't know, maybe it's like B tier if I had to put like a label on it. Should I do a booster tier list? Let me know if you want to see that. Anyway, that's my thoughts on the last Warbond. Now let's get into the new stuff. So it's the same format. We're getting 3 armors, 3 capes, 3 primaries, 1 secondary, and a booster. First up is the AR-61 Tenderizer. They call it a high caliber rifle with a limited magazine. Kind of sounds familiar, right? Based on the description, it's probably similar to the Adjudicator. It looks cool, and if it pens heavy armor, then maybe we're cooking. Could work. Kind of got, almost looks like it's something out of a Halo, so I'm all for it. Now, I'm going to hold my hype a little bit for this next one, but I found myself using the ballistic shield more, and I found that the current SMG to be lacking a bit. Not that it's horrible against bots, it's quite strong, but it doesn't have any armor pen. The Warbond will have the SMG-72 Pummeler, which they say has concussive rounds, and I imagine it's similar to other concussive guns we have, and that knockback will be key for stunning devies or even brood commanders and stalkers, especially with shield devastators. I find the knockback helps a lot to open them up for your teammates to get some shots in. So overall, you know, I'm being positive and optimistic about this SMG. It could be a fun addition, and I do feel like we need more SMGs. All right, so the next one is probably the most out there for this Warbond. It's a new PLAS weapon called the Purifier. There isn't a ton of info on this one, but they say the longer you can hold the trigger, the bigger the damage. Now, I immediately think it's the railgun, right? It's like similar mechanic, high risk, high reward, but as a primary, I don't know if I see that working out well, but I'm awful with the railgun, so take my opinion with a grain of salt. In my mind, what makes the current PLAS Scorcher worth it is the consistent damage it puts out against medium armor enemies. If the Purifier has the same overload mechanic as the railgun, I don't know how much I'm going to use it, but who knows. This is a quick one. The Incendiary Impact Grenade is the grenade that we're getting for this Warbond. It's exactly what it says on the box. You throw it and it explodes on impact with fire. Pretty straightforward. And the sidearm also seems a little on the straightforward side. It's called the P113 Verdict. Yeah, there's really not a whole ton of information here. They use a lot of buzzwords. Center fire cartridge, gas operated. I don't know. Quick draw. Maybe that means that you can draw it a little bit quicker. It looks cool though. It kind of looks like a Desert Eagle. So maybe that's cool. Now this is the most cryptic one. It's the new booster. It's called Motivational Shocks. Here's what it says. Literally shocks Helldivers back into action after being hit and slowed by sneaky, unjust attacks like the revolting bug acid vomit. So I guess that means that like slowing effects will be countered, which is huge. And that is strong. That's a really strong booster. That's worth it. That's like a pick every time for me because I hate slowing attacks and I hate hunters for that. So, you know, this could be a big game changer, although it says it won't help you with area of effects like EMS strikes. So we're out on that. You know, this is where it gets much more subjective. I think these armors look pretty cool. The Kodiak looks interesting. Its passive boost is Fortified. The Winter Warrior is servo assisted. And the Arctic Ranger has the Scout passive. I know the community is maybe a little bit divided on what they think Arrowhead should do in terms of adding new passives. So maybe we'll see some new ones in the next one. I'm not gonna hold my breath though. And of course, we've got cool capes, but you know, I'm gonna let you guys decide which ones you think are cool. Well, that's about it for me on this Warbond. It drops May 9th, so you know I'm gonna be there day one. I will be testing out some weapons, and I'll give you my thoughts maybe in another video here. But if you enjoyed this video, please remember to leave a like and maybe comment on what you liked from the last Warbond. Let me know your thoughts on it. Maybe I'm right, maybe I'm wrong. Just let me know. Thanks for watching, everybody. I've been Crimson, and I'll see you in the next one.